you're waiting for guards to walk over and you'll blow it up. And
yeah.
It's a lot of the upgrades are really cool, but yeah, it can be frustrating for sure.
Well, I mean, if you're finding frustration there, then maybe you need to get into a game where there is no failure.
Such as?
Where the numbers just get higher.
Go on.
Jeff, I played that game.
Tell me about time clickers, Dan.
Was it last week we were talking about it? And you were trying to explain this to me?
Oh, is that how it is? Time has already lost all meaning?
Yeah.
There's only before time clickers and after.
Here's the thing, though. I can recognize when something is trouble and get out before it gets its hooks in me.
Man, that's boring.
I spent a few hours either actually playing time clickers or just running it in the background and just checking in on it and like buying some upgrades.
Yep.
But man, I get that. I understand, like, with those numbers getting so much higher, it's like, oh, man, this stuff that was taking, these white cubes that were taking forever to kill before, I'm clicking them once and they're gone. Or, like my spread fire gun or whatever is just eating everything up.
Yep.
Like, I got it.
Yeah, it's, I'm around wave 700 and something right now.
Jesus. Yeah, see, I got to about, like, 150, 200 around, like, there. I got some time cubes and went back and everything. Right. And I realized, like, I need to stop this now. Because I was getting that thing where it's like I left work after I had it run on my computer for a while. And I was, like, on the bus thinking about it. Like, man, I need to be clicking. I need to be buying those upgrades. Like, no one's clicking those upgrades right now. It's just going to waste.
It's just like the time, the efficiency is being lost by you not being there to click it.
Yeah, and I thought about it for a second. Like, I wanted to go home and watch an episode of The Shield. And I was like, oh, I could just have this on my laptop here. And I mean, I could still pay attention to the episode. I just need to click stuff every once in a while. I was like, nope, not going to be distracted by this. I'm not going to let this be constantly running on my laptop and distract me from everything else I want to do in my life. So I think
if you look at my Steam profile, I've played 80 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm uninstalling that. I looked into what that was and I backed out before it sucked me in.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's so that's how I end up kind of seeing that point and then I just keep going. But then, how I break myself out of it is by literally breaking the game.
Yeah.
By just, like right now, Adventure Capitalist won't launch on my PC, on any PC, because my Steam cloud save for that game, after using Cheat Engine to fucking do a bunch of nasty-ass shit, it won't boot. So I could actually never boot Adventure Capitalist again.
Save yourself.
It's like... You're like an alcoholic who takes that pill that makes it so you get physically sick if you drink a beer.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, but you eventually get to a point in those games where you've amassed so much stuff that the numbers are going so fast that you're like, okay, I mean, this isn't even fun anymore because, like, I'm not getting I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it the way I used to.
Yeah. You need more and more numbers to feel the same high.
Yeah, and so that's the thing that's gotten me out of a couple of those games.
Yeah, that's where I always burn out.
Like Clicker Heroes, I did the same thing. I'm just like, I'm gonna fucking check this speed hack button in Cheat Engine and hack some different stuff and get some hero souls that I'm not supposed to have and do a bunch of shit that way. And it eventually gets to a point where you're like, okay, well, now that I've cheated and broken the progression, experiencing this progression the way it was meant to be is totally meaningless.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of fascinating from a psychological standpoint.
Yes.
Like, there are things you could say about, like, the reward center of the brain and game design.
Yep. You look at that thing and what it says about the kind of nature of all video games is like sort of a dark thing.
I wouldn't say all video games, because look at something like The Last of Us that's telling a good story and stuff like that. Like, I don't think that's operating on the same, let's dangle the carrot and
imagine
upgrade.
Though if The Last of Us had numbers that only got higher.
Joel can fashion that grenade so much faster.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I need to buy a giraffe that then builds grenades for me. Something.
What if the shanks you were picking up were graded by color?
Exactly. Yes.
What if you got a purple shank?
What if I got a genuine shank? What if a chest dropped that could have a shank in it? If I bought a key to the chest and opened it up, there might be a better shank than the normal shank in there that keeps, and there's a number, and it tells me how many people I've shanked with the shank.
I almost went too far there. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah,
ranking of idle games.
I have not played Sakura Clicker, and I don't.
You are not fit to speak on this topic.
That thing looks too
Oh boy.
Perfect. Like,
did I gather from the screenshots that you have to click and you have to click strategically?
I think you click the anime ladies to make them part of your anime harem, and but the numbers only keep going up. So it's like doubling down. It's like they're out there. Like sometimes I wonder, are these things being made by a machine race that wants to take over humanity?
Very possibly.
And every time they have a revision of the clickers, whether it's a revision of the game itself or just like spitting out another game in that style, if they get closer and closer to just enslaving the human race.
This is how Skynet starts.
Like, this is the screenplay that I'm working on right now, as of 4 seconds ago, wherein idle clicker games are being generated by a machine race that wants to enslave the human race.
This is terrifying. Terrifyingly plausible. That is.
Yeah. It's the numbers keep going up.
All I know is somebody wrote in and said to check out Tap Titans on your phone. Just going to plant that seed.
The iOS, the mobile ones are both more and less insidious. More insidious because they're always with you. Less insidious because you don't leave things open on your phone for hours at a time.
Okay.
And it can't run in the background?
It does.
So time clickers could do it?
Time clickers, I mean, when you close time clickers, it's still generating money.
Oh, yeah.
At the same rate?
I think so.
I think so, yeah. Some games will have a function where, like, what is it? There was one that was like a Bitcoin, like a spin on like Bitcoin investment or whatever, that like you would have to find these other tokens that you use to purchase your offline earning and make it better and better and better. So there's like a sub currency for that stuff that you could then put real money into if you wanted to get more of those. Oof.
Nope.
I'm
done with those.
You should probably play Sakura Clicker.
Somebody has to.
No.
Hey, Dan, do a quick look of Sakura Clicker.
Okay.
Now he has to play it.
No, we're not doing that.
I'm assuming that the anime ladies in that game have specific clickable zones.
I mean, if I were making that game, they absolutely would.
Is that how that fucking thing works?
Double down on the filthiest fucking nasty-ass fucking anime darkness that you can. You know? Like why not go all the way with it?
Yeah.
If it was just click on the lady anywhere, then you're missing out. You could make it more. You could add more purity to that thing to refine it to something that is more fucking.
Just get it closer to its dark essence.
Exactly. Fill the fucking my heart with the darkness and make the numbers keep going up.
I have bad news for you. What? Your heart is already as full of darkness as it can get. There's not room for any more.
Those numbers can keep going up. The darkness numbers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. Drew, save us. Did you play anything?
I did.
That we haven't talked about here?
Well, you probably talked about Rising Thunder on previous podcasts.